that by reading this book, it brings us closer to the Quran, closer to that conversation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and closer with that connection so that we can understand and live out Allah's orders, inshallah. Ameen. So, but for now, we are going into a quick break. When we come back, it's one of your favorite segments. And of course, that's the recipe segment. So we'll be back just after this.
At Busy Corner Meat Hyper, we don't mince our words. Oh no. You can get whole and half lamb now at an unbelievable price of 99.99 per kilo. And 2-liter Crown cooking oil at 69.99. Available at all Busy Corner stores. Find Busy Corner on Facebook and Instagram for more specials. Busy Corner Meat Hyper, where people meet.
Your health is your wealth, and at To Your Health, we provide our clients with professional and clinical health services. We stock a wide range of health products, so whatever your health issue, we have the natural product for you. At To Your Health, we also do live blood analysis, which helps to enhance and improve your health. We pride ourselves with excellent and competitive prices for quality natural products. Phone us today for a free consultation with Ashraf Bandika on 021 671 2469. We are conveniently situated at Kenilworth Centre and open 7 days a week.
If you ever find yourself in a situation that requires legal advice, Sali and Sali Attorneys is the firm you need on your side. We assist you in matters of property transfers, bond registration, or winding up a deceased estate and more. We work closely with you, providing efficient, professional, and excellent service, resolving even the most challenging case with a smile, making you rest assured that everything is being taken care of. Contact Sali and Sali Attorneys now on 021 697 2093. Sali and Sali Attorneys, where trust is everything.
Live from Cape Town, this is the Voice of the Cape. The Voice of the Cape. The Voice of the Cape.
The 10 a.m. Express.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a warm welcome to the 10 a.m. Express this morning. It is, of course, time for our recipe segment. It is Thursday, and I know this is one of the most popular segments, especially on a Thursday. And so today I've got with me Sumaya Gasnola, owner and head baker at Sumaya's Halaal Kitchen. Assalamu alaikum to you, Auntie Sumaya. How are you doing?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, I'm good.
Alhamdulillah, I can see you're not nervous. You're very relaxed, so that's a good sign.
Alhamdulillah.
You look like a natural. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your journey. I always ask this question, for in the segment, because it's a big part of where you are right now. So tell us how you got to this point of becoming, so involved and passionate about baking and being in the kitchen and cooking.
Okay, this goes back many, many years. Like when my granny used to live with us, and of course, my mom was a good cook, not so much a baker, but she was an absolutely good cook. And my granny was into baking and cooking as well. Okay. So I used to watch my mom because she took so much pride in doing her cooking. Like she would never use the garlic that you get in the tubs. She would actually every day peel the garlic, peel the ginger, and use fresh chilies, and she'll put it in the mortar, pestle and mortar, and then she'll pound it. So I was always watching it, and then I became very passionate about cooking as well. So that's how it actually started.
Okay.
But then also after years, my mom had passed on, and I opened a bakery, and my passion went on, and then I got some condition, which arthritis. I've got arthritis from my jaw joint right down. Okay. So I'm not able to do so much cooking nor baking anymore. But when I can, I do. But the Facebook page actually started with COVID. Okay. I was sitting one day and I thought to myself, oh my word, what can I do? And I went on Facebook and I saw you can open your page, and I just started that. And alhamdulillah, you won't believe how people actually private message me for recipes and telling me how they love my way of cooking. Because my mom would never, it's very, very seldom that she'll put water on the meat. When she cooks a meat, when she browns it, she'll actually close that lid, put it on slow heat, and she always told us that let the meat cooks in its own juices. So very, very seldom she would put a little bit of water on. So that is how I cook, because I believe you get more flavor from that.
So just by the little bit that you've shared with me now, Sumaya, I think that you definitely do have a different way, a style of cooking, and so that is maybe what is missing. Without style of cooking nowadays is that we want to get things done quickly, and I'm sure you can relate to me.
Oh, yes.
So we want to, especially with working moms, you want something that is very quick, but it must be something very nice as well. Are your recipes easy for any person to to try and to perfect?
Well, I've got a variety of recipes, from grills to breedies and afal. Afal, they call me in the family the afal queen.
Okay.
I just love afal. My sister's here from New Zealand, and she phoned me from there, and she said to me, Sumaya, when I land in Cape Town, please, I need my brains. And alhamdulillah, I made her that braised brains, because she says I don't eat it from anybody else. I know you make it like mom used to make it.
Okay.
So alhamdulillah, yes. And I'm also very into Asian cuisine.
Mm-hmm.
I love Asian cooking. Coincidentally, my daughter is married to a Malaysian, so she does a lot of Asian cooking as well. Asian cooking, I find it's nice. It's always nice and fresh. And everything that they use is it's always fresh.
Yes.
Ginger, garlic, the vegetables that they use, everything is fresh and quick and easy to make.
Okay.
Like this recipe that I'm going to share with you now, you can actually make it in 20 minutes. You'll have an amazing meal.
We must know this recipe, listeners. I'm sure you agree with me. We're going to find out what this recipe is. 20 minutes, that's good enough for me. I also just wanted to say, you mentioned the importance of fresh ingredients. When we are cooking, does that really give the dish, a different taste? Does that really make the dish special? The freshness of whatever you're using to cook?
Yes, definitely. For me, it does make a big difference. I can see when I use the crushed garlic that you buy and I use the fresh garlic, definitely a big difference. So that's why I'm always very passionate about everything fresh. And even the greens, you get the greens, you'll see the color is more green.
Yeah.
The carrots, it's more like orange and so on.
Yes, definitely.
When you buy the frozen ones, for me, it doesn't give the same effect. Definitely not.
Okay. And I'm sure it requires more effort to go out and get your fresh ingredients. But perhaps we must do a slot on how to store those ingredients for longer, keep them fresher for longer.
Yes.
And so we know that we always do have those fresh ingredients. But what is the recipe you're sharing with us today?
Okay, today I'm going to show you how to transform simple 2-minute noodles into an amazing meal.
Okay.
So I always use the Indonesian mie goreng.
Okay.
Mie just means noodle. Goreng means fried. So it's fried noodles. You can keep it simple by just doing the actual noodles, and then you can add. I'm going to show you how to actually add whatever you want to add. Maybe it's chicken, meat, or prawns, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to give you the basic recipe, and you can add whatever you want to add.
Okay.
So you take the noodles, and all you do is you take the sauces and the powder you keep aside, and you take that noodles and you immerse it into hot water. Yes, you just immerse it into hot water. There's no reason to cook it.
Okay.
You must see that it's boiling water and it's covered. The noodles must be covered, and then you close it with a lid and you keep it there for 3 minutes. Try not to go over 3 minutes because you don't want your noodles to be mushy.
Okay, so that's really a trick that you're teaching us, because many of us, obviously, when we hear about noodles, we know that it must be cooked.
That is so true. That is so true. And a lot of people, I've also had a lot of Malaysian and Thai students with me many years ago. And also from them, I got a lot of tips. And that is one of the tips that I actually got from them.
Okay.
And also my travel to Indonesia, I also got a lot of recipes from them. So I'm very passionate about Asian
I can
cooking.
see that, definitely. So you're putting your noodles into the boiling hot water, putting it in there for 3 minutes and covering it with a lid.
Yes.
And so what's the next step?
And the noodles must also be covered with the water.
Okay.
Then you close it. Okay. After 3 minutes, you drain it. So I always do that while I'm busy preparing the chicken, or whether I use prawns, or whether I use steak or whatever. So now you cut your whether it's steak, whether it's chicken, you cut it into strips.
Okay.
And then you pat it dry. You don't want, when you stir fry your chicken, you don't want it to cook. It must be stir fried into hot oil. So now what you do is you take a wok and you put your hot oil in there. Now you can stir fry that chicken. It takes very, very quick. Whether it's chicken, prawns, or when I use steak, I use the minute steak because that goes quick.
Yeah.
And then you keep that aside. Now you can put in any veg that you have, whether it's carrots. I always do the roll cuts with the carrots, whether it's carrots, whether it's something green to give it a little bit of color, whether it's broccoli or whatever. Then you give that a quick stir fry. You want to stir fry it, but you don't want it to be soft. It must still have that little bit of crunch. Okay. So now when you put that in, now you take all the sauces and you take the powders that you get in the noodles.
Yes.
You put back into the wok. Now you put your meat in there, whatever meat you're using. You put that back. You have your greens back in the wok, and now you take your drained noodles. So you put that in.
Okay.
Then I always add an extra little bit of soya sauce, but it must also be a specific soya sauce, which is the ketchup manis. That is the Indonesian sweet soya sauce. The suri make is quite good as well, but it must be the sweet soya sauce. There's a big difference into the soya sauces that we use here and the ketchup manis.
Okay.
You can also add a little fish sauce if you have. You don't have to add anything else, but I always like to add this because I've got all this stuff in the house.
Yes.
And then there's also I also like to make use of the belacan, which is fermented shrimp paste. Okay, I get it all from overseas.
Yeah.
But you do get it at the Chinese markets. And it is halal, but just make sure that the one that you buy is halal.
Okay.
But most of the things you do get there, and what I don't get there, I must not get it from my daughter just came back from Malaysia, so she brought a lot of stuff. So yeah, that is how you can make a simple dish. And then you can just garnish it with some, I like to use the fried onions, the ready fried onions. And I also garnish it with dania. Dania is not actually something that they use for their mee goreng or their nasi goreng. Nasi means just rice.
Okay.
So it's the same recipe, but you use rice. But now obviously you're not going to get all that sauces and that stuff in the like you get in the packet.
Yes.
So then you use your you get a powder that you use, the same powder that is in the packets. You get that all at the Chinese markets.
Okay.
Just make sure that it's the halal one that you use.
Okay. So now you've really broadened up our mind to, from the usual things we usually use in the kitchen, which is our usual spices and oils. So Asian cooking definitely is a different style and method. And I love that it only takes you 20 minutes. So I also just want to show the listeners what it is that you brought along today. So our Facebook list, our viewers on Facebook who's watching now currently, you can actually have a look at the meal. I can't say that you can smell, but it smells amazing. I must let you know. And I love that this is noodles. You won't say that this is a 2-minute noodle meal because it looks like, something I would buy at a Asian, restaurant. So you're going to garnish this now, Auntie Sumaya. Tell us what you're putting on top now.
Okay, like I said, it's the crispy fried onions. I like to garnish it with that, as well as the green coriander.
Okay.
I like coriander in any food, any curries, any food. I love it. It doesn't really go with this, but for me, it just gives that little extra bit of
freshness,
flavoring.
and
Yes,
I can even smell that when you open
yes.
the tub now, it just smells, the room is full with freshness, and I'm sure
Yes.
that's why. So quickly before you garnish that, tell us, would this be preferably eaten hot or cold?
Well, I like everything hot. I don't like cold food. So I like everything hot.
Okay.
So, but it's even nice when it's cold also. My son took to work the other day and he said, Mom, when I put it in the microwave, the whole office came and they said, what did your mom put in for you? So he now showed them,
Yeah,
So
and it's very easy to make as well. And of course, you mentioned you can use not the chicken only that you used today, but you can use the minute steak. You said you can do this with prawns, and you can do it exactly the same.
Yeah, you can add, yes, exactly. You can add some cashew nuts if you want to, and you get your Simply Asia 514 dish there.
Yes.
And yeah, you can add any protein, but at home, like I told you, my son-in-law is Malaysian, so he likes it to be served like that. So they serve it with a crispy fried egg on top.
Yes,
and
I watch a lot of Asian videos. Yes, that is how I know.
Yeah, back then I thought to myself, so who eats egg with rice and egg with noodles? But believe me, it is so nice.
Okay, it's a must try. So listeners, I hope you got that. Try the fried egg with it. There you have it. The master chef in studio with us today, giving us that advice. So let's see what you're doing. You're going to be garnishing this, putting this on top of this meal, as well as the coriander. So in the meantime, while Auntie Sumaya is doing that, I see that there's lots of people who have sent us messages with regards to that recipe. Don't worry, we're sending you the recipe very shortly. Abe is going to be sending it to you, inshallah. And then, of course, we want to say hi to all of our Facebook people who's watching us live on air right now. And of course, you can actually see what we're talking about. And I'm sure this is not it's not a recipe that we can fail at. I think it's very easy.
No, it is very, very easy to make.
And then lastly, I want to ask you, do you cater for functions, events, if someone should call you to cater for anything, basically?
Actually, like I told you, for health reasons, I don't, but my daughter does.
Okay.
And she... but of course, I help her or I advise her. But she's also a very good cook, you know.
Is there a social page, perhaps a Facebook page that you can mention on air, just to direct our listeners to go and check out what it is that you do?
My Facebook page is under Sumaya's Halaal Kitchen.
Okay.
There you'll find all my recipes, and if something's not on there, you can always just send me a message, because I don't post so much anymore due to health reasons.
No.
But yes, I am not doing any cooking for selling, but my daughter does that now.
Okay. Is there a contact number for her?
Yes, it's 078.
Yes. Your number, yes, 078 400
703.
Okay, so that's the contact number for anybody who do want to know more about Sumaya's Halal Kitchen, and how you place an order, because this is always the question that lots of our listeners ask. So we're going to keep this number. We'll repeat it a bit later on, and I must tell you, listeners, the smell is very distracting. I can't wait to try this recipe. I'm standing on the other side, also, watching Auntie Sumaya is showing me signs of how he's going to enjoy this meal. So, Auntie Sumaya, we'd like to say shukran so much for coming out this morning and preparing this meal for us, firstly. And, lots of people don't like to share their secrets, but you've shared a secret with us this morning, and that's, of course, your recipe. So, we'd like to say shukran so much to you.
Afwan, it's a pleasure, and sharing is caring. And I don't believe I want to go to my grave with my recipes. Definitely not.
We love that. Shukran so much. And any shout out to anybody that you'd like to give?
A shout out to my lovely children that's always there for me in sickness and in health. Alhamdulillah, I can depend on them all day and night. When I'm in hospital, they're always there for me. When I'm at home not feeling well, it's always, Mama, what do you feel for? Can I bring you this? Can I bring you that? So yeah, Warda, Yumna, Mustafa, and Yusuf, Nurjan, Marwan, and Wan Umar. Shukran so much for always being there for me and caring for me.
Alhamdulillah, may Allah grant you complete shifa, inshallah.
Ameen, ameen,
And we
ameen.
hope to speak to you again soon. Assalamu
Amen.
alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
That was the voice of Auntie Sumaya Gasnola and owner and head baker at Auntie Sumaya's Halal Kitchen, or Sumaya's Halal Kitchen, inshallah. So I do hope that we're going to hear from you, the listeners, and go out. I always say this, go out and support small businesses, make a difference. And I'm sure, when you go onto this page, this is a 20-minute recipe that you shared, but this recipe does not look like a 20-minute recipe. This is something that, you would actually want to buy from a restaurant. It looks amazing. It smells amazing. I'll tell you about the tasting but just a bit as well. But for now, we're heading into a break, and when we come back, we'll continue.
Elite, our price is just right. We have just what you need. Our prices you can